Hello and welcome to my review of Geogebra. My name is Shane Newman and I am with the ECU Math Education Department, and this is for my class Mate 4001. Geogebra is a software that is free and downloadable and can be used as a tool for both geometry and algebra. Now I'm noticing that over here there is an input option. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my own function. Let's form a line. So I've created a line, and as you notice when I was typing this keypad popped up. This keypad can be very useful. It has things like pi in it, radicals, it has functions, Greek letters, and etc. But I chose to just stick with using my keyboard for now. So I have this line. It is purple and it matches the button over here. You can click this button to hide it, or you can show it again. That can be useful if you have many functions on this list and you just want to declutter. So let's click on the three dots over here. You can delete, duplicate, but let's click on the special points. This shows that there is an x-intercept of A, which is 1, 0, and there is a y-intercept of B, which is 0, -2. Also, if you wanted to, you can click on this option up here, which is a drop-down menu, and you can go to slope and click that, and then click on your line, and it will show you the slope of your equation. Now, let's delete this for now, and let's go ahead and put in a different equation. Let's put in 3x squared minus 2x minus 4. Now this created a parabola, and it is gray, and the button is gray, so you can hide and show again. But let's go ahead and go back to those special points, and it will show you that there is two x-intercepts at both at A and B, which is negative 0.870 and 1.540. And also in here is the extremum of f, which in this case is a minimum. The extremum and the minimum are both the same thing. They are the vertex of this parabola. So 0.33 and -4.33 is the vertex and the minimum. And there is also the y-intercept if you need it, which is right here. Now you can input your own function like this, or you can use sliders. So I'm going to demonstrate using sliders right now. You go to this drop-down menu, click slider, you click anywhere on the graph, and you'll put the name for your letters. I'm just going to use A because that's default, and I'm going to have it go from -5 to 5. And you can put animations, but I'm just going to have it regular. And you'll have this slider right here, and it shows up over here. Let's do that 2 more times. One for B and another for C. Now, when you have these, you can move them around by clicking on the line and dragging, or you can change the value by clicking on the dot. For now, I'm just gonna change it to a random value. And then over here, I'm gonna put in a function including these sliders. So you can use ax squared, which will take the value of this A, plus bx, plus bx plus c. And now you have this function, and it's taking these values and plugging them into it. But also, you can change them real time, and the function will change with it. You can use this for students. Students can realize what the values of each of these, the coefficients and the constants, what they do. And it can be very useful in a geometry and algebra class. So enough with the sliders. Let's go ahead and let's explore some geometry options. You can see that there are many options up here. If you click and hold, you'll have options. You can make a line, a segment, array, a vector. You can do points. You can intersect. You can do midpoints, extremum, roots. Let's create a segment for now. I'm going to create this segment, and then I'm going to create a point on the segment. This point is now bound to the segment. It won't leave, and if you drag it, it'll still stay on there. Using this point, I'm going to create a perpendicular line. So go to this drag down menu and click perpendicular line. You select this point and the line you want it to be perpendicular to, which is this segment AB, and then you click on it and it'll form, and this will change as you move the points. Now if you wanted to, you can add a point outside of that and then use that that perpendicular line that you just made and that new point to create a parallel line. Now you have a parallel line. It will always, there's G and there's H. G will always be parallel to H no matter what you do, where you drag these. And there are other tools that you can use. There are angle bisectors, there are tangents, there are polygons, circles, ellipses. Let's create an ellipse right now. You put the 2 points down and then the third, and you have an ellipse, and it will change as you move these. So now let's go over, let's delete all of this. And let's create a polygon. I'm going to go for a triangle. There you go, and it shows you have the vertices A, B, and C, and the sides A, B, and C. Now, using this, you can find the area of this. You just click on area, and then you click on the triangle, and boom, it shows you the area. You can drag this around so it doesn't get in your way. But anytime that you change a point or move it, the area will change accordingly. If you wanted to, you could also reflect this triangle. So here are the reflection options. You have reflect about a line, a point, a circle, translate, dilate. We're going to go reflect about a line. So you click this and then you click a point or a side. I'm going to click a side, and then I'm going to reflect it around the y-axis, and that reflects both points with it too. So I'm going to do the same for the other sides, and now I have completely reflected my whole triangle. After that, you can then go ahead and drag around, and it will change in real time as you drag. It will always be reflected around the y-axis. You can do the same thing around the x-axis too. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing around this x-axis. And there we go. So as you move, you can see both of those reflections move with the original. As you can see, there are many functions of this software. You can create anything yourself that are in the bounds of this of these options up here, but you can also go ahead and search for pre-created little applications and activities. So you click on the search bar. As you can see, a lot pop up, but this isn't it. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose one of these. I'm going to choose completing the square, and a little window is going to pop up. Let's make that bigger. And you can see that this is all about completing the square. You can enter your coefficients, so it can be anything, and then you can drag this slider. This slider will give you a little animation on how completing the square works and how you can remember it better and how you can understand it. So students will then enter their coefficients and then drag this and watch the animation as it goes on. So we'll drag through this real quick. Now this shows that you split this 10 in half, and it will form this square, but to fill in the rest of the square, you have to square what you just split in half. And it will end up with this. So this is x plus 5, and then this is also x plus 5. And then you multiply these two to get this entire square, so that's x plus 5 squared, but you also have to add this 5 squared to both sides. It also has a demonstration for x squared minus something. And here's the animation as follows. And you'll end up with x minus 2 quantity squared. But you also have to add the 2 squared to both sides. So this is just one little thing. Let's go ahead and let's search for something else. I'm going to just type in slope. There are many options that pop up, but I'm going to go ahead and click on the first one. And I'm going to make this way bigger. And you'll notice that there is a whole table of contents for this one. So you can go here and you can see that there is a dynamic illustration of slope. Let's click on that, and you can then slide this, and it will show the run, which is 8, and the rise, which is 7. And you'll have the slope is rise over run, which is 7 over 8. Now you can also do things. It has a section for real world slopes, like this roller coaster. And you can see that the slope is 1.42 over 1. You can do another rise over run, or rise over run again. But let's do this one, and it will show you that for this, you can change it, and the run will stay the same, or you can change it this way, and the run will get smaller, and you can show the rise or the run. So the rise is 4. The run is 7, so the slope would be 4 over 7. Now those were two just little examples. There are plenty of options in GeoGebra, and whatever you want to make, it is available to you. Whatever is already made, it is available to you, and you can use this with students and in many different classrooms.